Good morning, it's Maureen Legas here with day 14 of the 21 days. Your tech tip for the day is actually a discussion on business planning. I'm going to show you where to find some tools to use as you develop your business plan for 2016. Many people have started working on that anywhere, since October timeframe to get ready for 2016. If you haven't, you're not too late because it's still December. You can get your planning done. So I'm going to show you where on KW to find those tools and a little bit about how to use them. Business planning is a process that takes longer than just a few minute video here, but I'll show you the tools. Also check in your region for business planning clinics and sign up for anything coming up. All right, so let's get started. So when you sign into myKW, you're going to scroll over education and go to Keller Williams University. And once there, the easiest thing I do is come down to all products, and I click on all products and I browse A to Z. And the business planning products are in the MREA series, any of the MREA information. So here is MREA. And if you click on Business Planning Clinic, it's going to take you to that information. There's some instructor and student manuals where you can get some information and help you figure out how to use these tools. But here's the toolkit. So I'm going to click on the toolkit, and these files can be downloaded to review and to set up your business plan. Okay, so if you take the Business Planning Clinic, you're going to have some pre-class worksheets to fill out. And that's where I'd start if you're doing this yourself or taking the clinic. So you click on pre-class worksheets and you click that worksheet and you open that document, and you can print this out and start preparing. And you do these sheets in order, and when they're all done, the information is available to transfer onto your 411. So let's start at the beginning. Here's the pre-class worksheet, and it tells you what the 4 models are that are going to be reviewed for your business plan, and then discusses each of the models. It tells you where to find that information in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And then you start with your economic model. So what you're looking for is a snapshot, it says, of where you are now. So you fill in this information, and then this is going to help you plan for next year. Your lead generation model, you have a database, number of METs in your database, number of haven't METs. A lot of people, when they start the plan, have not defined their database by METs and haven't METs. And we know that the ratios within the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, it's 50 to 1, so for non-METs. So if you have non-METs in your database that you're hoping to get business from, for every 50 non-METs, you get 1 piece of business. For METs, it's 12 to 2. And so that means for every 12 METs, they give you 1 piece of business, and that referral that you get gives you another piece of business. So you get 2 pieces of business for every MET. So we want to make sure that they're designated in your database so you'll know what you're dealing with, and that you're focusing on your METs as much as possible, because that's where you're going to get the bulk of your business. And then fill in these forms. This is your pre-class worksheet. Now your budget model. And this information on what the percentages should be are also in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. That's under review now, which should be a new book should be coming out with different numbers. But this will help you get started. And then your people on your team, who you have on your team. All right, so that's the pre-class worksheet. Okay, now the next sheet that I use in planning, you actually can pull out of the Ignite series. So I'm going to go back to all products, and I'm going to go products A to Z, and I'm going to click on Ignite. Now Ignite's been updated, so if you see this screen, you click to launch Ignite Home Base, and then you come down to the toolkit, and you're going to open the toolkit, and you're going to go to the goal sheet. Now let me increase the size of this here. That makes it a little easier to read. And we're going to come down and we're going to find the goal worksheet. So let's see where that is. Goals, let's look for goals. My goals, page 56. So we're going to go down to page 56. And here is the goal worksheet. So you can print out your goals, and this will help in your planning. So print that out and fill this worksheet out. Okay, now we go back to the Business Planning Clinic. That's in KW University under All Products and under MREA, Business Planning Clinic. And the next sheet we're going to pick out is the annual goal versus the actual. Again, we go to the Toolkit. Here's annual goal versus actual, and you're going to print out the worksheet, and then here's the guidelines. There's also an Excel spreadsheet if you want to do it online rather than on paper. So you could click to print that out and print out the guidelines. It'll tell you how to fill out that sheet. Okay, the next forms are here under the business plan. Your annual business plan. So you're going to click to print that out. Now this is very similar to the documents we've been working on. And so we're able to take information that we've already accumulated and populate this plan. So this is going to have your economic plan, your lead generation plan, and remember here it's 12 to 2 and 50 to 1. So you say, for example, option 1, I'm going to use 75%. Oh no, option 1, METs in my database are 2,000. Haven't METs in my database are 0. So you're going to only use the METs. Option 2 would be using no METs and just haven't METs. So let's say you have 10,000 haven't METs in your database. Option 3 is what percentage of METs am I going to use? So let's say I use 75% of my METs and 25% of my haven't METs. So you take 75% of the 2,000, and that's your MET goal, and then you plug these numbers in. And so then you know if you have a goal and you don't have enough in your database, you subtract what you have, how many more people do I have to add? So that is how you fill out this plan. You have a budget plan as well and your organizational plan. So this is the next piece that you fill out. All right, so now you're ready. You have all the planning part done. You're ready to fill out your GPS or your 135 and your 411. So let's go find those documents. I'm going to go back to All Products and browse A to Z. And I'm going to look for, let's see here, Leadership and Motivation. So I click Leadership and Motivation, and I'm going to look at the Toolkit, and I'm going to see the 411 and the planning part. So planning, here's where we get the GPS business plan. So we click on that and we can download the business plan where you put your 1 goal, your 3 priorities for that goal, and your 5 strategies to achieve those priorities. All right, we get the business plan filled out, and we're using all the information we've gathered on our planning worksheets, and we're going to fill this out. And once this is done, we are going to go back to the Toolkit and download the 411. Now there's doc versions too, so if you want to type in, you can do that. There are some other forms here, like the action planning worksheet. It looks similar to the GPS, but for each objective, what the action steps are and milestones, timeframes. So if you're on a team and you are like in a meeting and you're planning something for next year, some lead generation item for next year, you can pull out your action planning worksheet and talk about the steps and who gets what steps so that the team members would have this individualized on their own 411s. So this action plan worksheet is also a good tool, and it's found here. So I come back to the 411 and I open the 411, and now you're able to plan. Let me just get this a little bigger here if I can. Oh, that's too big. Hold on a second. So now you're able to set up your 411 based on all of the information that you've planned for the year. You're able to put in your goals for the year. your monthly goals and your weekly goals based on all of the information that you've gathered. So you're going to know what GCI you're hoping to achieve. You're going to know how many METs or non-METs you have to add to your database. You have personal goals, you have financial goals. So all of this goes on your goal worksheet. And then that is easily transferred off of those pre-planning sheets that you did. So now you're ready for the next year, 2016. You have your business plan, you have your 411, you have your 135, and you're ready to go. Now, if you are not familiar with any of these tools, if this is all new to you, I would get a copy of the MREA and make sure you read it. You might want to ask a few people in your office to mastermind. That's what we did the first time that we did a business plan. We had several people in the office to mastermind, and we read the book together, and we filled out the sheets together. So if we had any questions about it, there were about 5 of us in the group that were able to answer those questions. So that's what I'd suggest you do. Also suggest you get part of a business planning clinic that's coming to your area, and then be prepared and ready to go for 2016. All right, hope you have a great day.